with our panelists. I'm going to introduce them from my left, your right. We have Crystal Center Brown. She's a poet, she's a writer, she's an artist, she's a mom, she's amazing. You'll hear more about her. We also have Carla Canty. And we have Alisha cutting Cosby. We have Miss Teshia Marie. And we have Laytoya, the bad girl of radio. How you doing, Okay, so we're going to go down the line. We're going to have them introduce themselves and tell you a little about who they are, what they do, and why you should know them. Who wants to go first? Do I have to pick? Let's start with Crystal. Oh, all right.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal Center Brown, and I am a poet and writer and singer. And I actually just released my first children's book, which I have with me. It's called Gabby Saturday. And it is about a little girl, a little 9-year-old girl who loves to go to the museum, so with her mother. So I wrote it with my mom, and she illustrated it. And I released another poetry book called Double Dutch, and I've released three music CDs. So that's why you should know me.
That's why you should know her. Stage with me. She has her book with her today. Sliding off the.
Well, my name is Carla Canty. I am a lot of things. I am a DJ, a poet, an author, a mother, a fiance, a promoter. I love music. I love literary stuff. So I spend a lot of time promoting music as well as literary functions. You probably listen to me if you listen to WQTQ on that voice that says 89.9 FM constantly. I'm on film promoting on Wednesday nights about 6:30 p.m. artists in the spotlight. And every third Sunday of the month I look for authors and I promote their books and their literary stuff. And right now I'm promoting my book. It's called Just Being Me. It's a book of my affirmations, poetry, and just my thoughts and how you should let go of what other people think of you and just get into yourself and just do you. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Good evening, my name is Alisha Cosby, 1063 Smooth FM, Smooth Jazz radio station in Northampton, Massachusetts. Among other things, I'm a little Northampton now. Let's see, among other things, I program music for the Smooth Jazz radio station. I'm also on air, the weekend grooves from 12 to 6 on Saturdays and Sundays. We're online at WEIBFM.com. I also, with my husband, have a record label entitled Love Secret Music, where we do a lot of artist development and promotion, work with producers and so on and so forth. On a personal note, I feel like I'm on the poet thing. I don't perform as much as I would love to because I'm a wife of one, mother of 4. I also work in the school system. Formerly an engineer. I went into teaching math because I think our children really need it. And I like to do a lot of things. So I also do have a book coming up on the way. Probably by the summer I'll have it ready to go. But I'm just really pleased to be here this evening, and I thank you. Thank you.
I'm Teshia Marie. I am, because they said everything they did, I feel inclined to also, which I don't like to do, but I'm an educator. I teach middle school music and chorus by day. That's what I do. But I'm also a singer, songwriter, poet, actress. All these other wonderful things I do that I don't really care to mention. But I'm here because I love music and because I am all about women and just empowerment and people living their best lives. That's truly my purpose. That's what I want to do.
Hi, I'm Laytoya Bynum. I'm an on-air personality on 90.7 FM WTCC every Thursday night from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm also the new co-host for Organic Soul, which takes place every 4th Saturday, currently at Essex Bar and Grill, located 1127 Main Street in Springfield, Mass.
Okay, ladies, so I'm gonna ask a couple of questions, and so it's Women's Month, and the concentration has been on females, and I think that's necessary, because even though you all have achieved what you've done and you're working what you've done, do you still find that there are challenges that are unique to just being a woman and doing what you do? Anybody want to take it?
I'm going to jump in because this has been weighing on my heart these past few days. Yes, that is definitely true. As an independent artist, working with producers, being the label owner, being the face that's the label, doing the marketing, doing the promotions, doing the A&R, doing the songwriting, doing the copyright, doing everything there is to do, selecting photos and all of that. Often people are taken aback, whether they are women or men. Women are very supportive, but men, initially the first thing they would like to do, being a man, typically, is to try to make romantic talk and things of that nature, figure out about your personal life instead of focusing on business. Whereas men deal with men strictly for the business. But if I'm straight to the business, I'm perceived as someone who's straightforward, aggressive, potentially sometimes maybe considered a B, but that doesn't matter. The point is, I'm a human being just like you, don't get caught up in the gender.
I think, yes, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Okay, thank
Bad for somebody, so you might as well keep it like that anyway.
I know from my experience, I also have experience in commercial radio, Hot 93.7. That was back in 2001. I don't know if you remember that. But as a... I remember. You said that. Oh, James. Can't see with the lights. But as far as being on the radio, I get, in my opinion, more support from the males, which is extremely surprising to me. I don't say that females hate, but the guys, I mean, I just found out Coles and Organic Soul that's big. I got into radio, James was one of the first people I've met, gave my first 12-inch. It's just, it's unbelievable, the overwhelming support. But I do agree with the ladies, when you walk into a room, it is different. If they don't already know me as being a female, versus really, can we get with you, not taking you seriously and things of that nature.
Do you feel like, all of you are women of color, do you feel that being a woman is what they see first, or do they see your brown skin, or does being a woman of color, being a person of color, have any weight or any negative things that come with it, or positive things that come with it when you're doing your business over being a woman? Is it separate? Is it all the same? Is it anything that you can pinpoint?
I know for me, when I first started performing, it was about like 10 years ago, and at that time I was really focused on really wanting to kind of get a record deal. All of us were wanting that, who were performers at that time. And then as I was in it for a while, I realized that I was not physically what they were looking for. A lot of times, I think it's a double standard when it comes to men and women, that men can look a certain way and it's okay, and then women can have a little extra weight on them, or they're not attractive, and all of a sudden it's not okay. So I started putting my own product out. I started my own website, put my own CDs out, had my own kind of buzz in the community, and my books and everything were doing really well. And I think that really is what helped me, because I just stopped depending on other people to kind of open the door for me. Because I'm always going to be a black woman, I'm always going to be a big woman, I'm always going to be this person that I am. So to wait on somebody else to open the door for me just wasn't going to happen.
I just want to add to that, like when I started as poetry, I took on the stage name of Black Girl, and then I decided to write a novel entitled Diary of a Black Girl, It Ain't Easy Being Me. And I was approached by a white man when I was promoting, and he told me that I would limit myself if I didn't change my title. And that might be true, somebody else might not pick up the book of another race because of the title, but it wasn't about them, it was about me. So whatever it is you're doing, it depends on how you feel about it and how far you want to go with it. So yes, I probably limited to my sales amount by white people not picking up the book, but it wasn't about them, it was about me.
I think in some ways, as far as my radio life, because radio is like, you don't know necessarily what you look like until you happen to be at an event or a function or a website or something. So it's like, for some people, I think it might be surprising to be like,